If you've not already posted about this event on social media, tweeted about this event, Facebooked about this event, LinkedIn about this event, Periscoped about this event, YouTubed about this event. If you're Desiree, did you put a pin on Pinterest about this event? If you've not already spread the word about this event, you need to be spreading the word, because it is time for us as women to align those S's in our life with the dollar signs in our bank account, right? And all you got to do in order to do that, what's the difference between an S and a dollar sign? All you got to do is put a line through some things. Hello? It's not that hard. You just got to put a line through some things. So we're going to talk about, some tangible things you need to do in order to make six figures in 30 days. And there's some intangible things you need to do. When I say tangible, that means there is a strategy. And we're going to be talking about that in the Fight for Your Money boot camp. I'm going to actually show you guys the anatomy of a six-figure launch. So if you haven't already bought your ticket, make sure you go to bit.ly/moneyfight21, because it's imperative to be in the room. I want to stop real quick and talk about sometimes paid access. Okay? You don't always get access to things for free. We come on live stream, we motivate you, we give you tips, we pour into you, but you don't always get access to what you really need for free. Tickets to the Fight for Your Money bootcamp are only $20.21. What does that mean? That for $20, you're going to get access to thousands of dollars in information that I promise you, you're not going to get anywhere in the world for free, much less at that price. But I know some of you are on shoulda, woulda, coulda roll. And refresh your screen, Don, because I'm showing there. Now, ain't nobody in the room with me, but let me see. Yeah, I'm showing on there. On there, it said my session is no longer available. Hold on. Okay. Mm, wrong kind of room. Sorry, y'all. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna restart this room. I think I started the wrong kind of room. Forgive me, y'all.
You good, coach.
Now, now how do you in the room? Goodness gracious. Open. See how things go wrong, y'all?
That's part of being live.
Girl, ain't it? And it used to stress me out so. Okay, here we go again. Good Lord. So, guys, today I'm going to be talking about the anatomy of a six-figure launch, how my client made six figures in 30 days, and how I really feel like it's possible for other individuals to be able to do the same thing. There are some tangible things I'm going to be talking about today, which is strategy. And there are some intangible things like faith and belief, and other things that you have to have from inside of you that I'm going to be talking about today. So Her Aesthetics, good morning, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing well.
Did you have a question or comment? Welcome to the stage.
Hi, no, I didn't mean to raise my hand. I was just trying to listen.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a mate with me, my client today, Chiquita Lindsay. Chiquita, you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, everybody. My name is Chiquita Lindsay, and I'm the queen of real estate. What I do is help women get over the fear of investing in real estate so they can retire early and leave a legacy for their family.
Hey, Brendan Angel, welcome to the stage. Did you guys have a question?
No, I'm sorry. We were just the first one in there, so it automatically put us on the stage.
You know, I don't know, but welcome to the stage. You know, I don't know, baby. I'm just getting my feet wet on the old clubhouse. So, let's talk about let's talk about timelines and what it really looks like to make six figures in 30 days. I'm going to say about 35 days. One of the reasons that I've always prescribed to at least a 30-day launch is because of how many paydays you pick up. Watch this. If you have a launch that starts at like the 32, 35-day mark, you pick up the first, you pick up the 15th, and you pick up the first again. If you start around the 15th, you pick up the 15th, you pick up the first, you pick up the 15th again. That's provided that people get paid on the first to the 15th. Now, you also have people that get paid every Friday. So that means they would have gotten paid 4 Fridays during your launch cycle. You got the people that get paid every other week, which the mass majority of them would have gotten paid 2 or 3 times during your launch cycle. Let's talk about how people buy. People see things they want long before they have the money for them. How many of you guys do that? You see something you want and you say, oh, well, I don't have the money right now, but I get paid, even if you just got paid. So say, even if you just got paid on the first, I don't have the money right now. I don't have the money right now, but when I get paid, this is what I'm going to do. So you're giving people an opportunity to pre-plan what they're going to buy from you. You're giving them a chance to window shop. Now, during that 30 days, can you sit back and be quiet, Chiquita?
You cannot.
What do you need to be doing? Now, these are tangible things. So you need to, number one, make time.
Yeah, you need to be marketing. You need to be live streaming. You need to be getting out there on all those platforms.
So this is my suggestion of what you should be doing during those 30 days. You should be live streaming. You should be posting you on social media and stories. You should be interviewing people about your product. You should have a Facebook ads campaign going. You should have an email nurture series going. Meaning whoever you got on your list, you need to be emailing them every day. During those 30 days, the more times you can do any of the things that I just mentioned, the more people you're going to get into your course. Does that make sense? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I always tell people that as many times as you can do these things, to me, it's like going to the ATM. If you could go to the ATM, I was talking to Pastor Jay last night, Medina's son, and he was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna come out from over Clubhouse so much." I said, "No, don't do that. Stay over there. Just let me give you the right tools to use while you over there." Because one of the reasons I have made so much money on live stream is that I'm relentless. I'm nowhere near the way I used to go live. And y'all know it. So, you got to ask yourself, how important is this next level to you? If you can make the time to do everything else, can you make the time to be fanatical and relentless about your launch? So those are tangible things. Let's talk about some of the intangible things. Now, a lot of times we tend to think that the strategy is the hardest part. It's not. The intangible things is setting a high goal. So, Chiquita, I'm gonna let you talk through that whole process of how your goal got to be 6 figures.
Well, my first goal was 20,000. And then coach was like, okay, 20,000. I said, well, maybe it's 40,000. Then I got to that. I was like, maybe it's 65,000. And I got to that. And when it got to be 86,000, I said, coach, I help. I need to get the 6 figures. And coach pushed me right over the edge, 136,000 plus in that time for that launch. But she made me set my bar high, and each time I got there so quick. And if I had more time, if I had all the pieces, because really I didn't have all the pieces, coach, because we threw it out there. And I got to 6 figures with all the pieces. So that's why I'm so excited about the next people launching, because if they have all those pieces, they're going to even make more money than I did.
And it's a certain level. So she ended up making $136,000. Now I want to just tell you guys, and if you're interested in making that level of money, just confirm it right now. Go ahead and put me in the chat. If you're on Facebook Live, Periscope Live, YouTube, wherever you are, go ahead and put me in the chat if you're confirming that, because that's part of the thing that people don't understand is you can get no higher than your belief. Amen.
Amen.
If your belief says 5,000, you can't get any higher than 5,000. If your belief says 1,000, you can't get any higher than 1,000. And what people don't realize is that your belief is where you're going to land, because your belief is going to guide your actions. I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna say a couple other things. Let's talk about the laser focus, Chiquita, that you had to have during this time period.
Right. I went to bed late, up early, even in the middle of the night. I thought about other ways to reach people. Don't go to the grocery. Don't clean the house. Let them know right now you're in the middle of a big launch. And so you're thinking of all the ways to market, to reach everybody, to get your message out there during that time. And it's very essential that you do that during that time period. There is no time to do anything else but think about getting your money and how you can reach other people with the service you have, your target market. Having a product suite.
So hold on, we're gonna go there. So you gotta have laser focus.
Right.
Now, let's talk about this product suite. And we talked about this morning. You got to have everything from low dollar items to high dollar items. People can't buy what you don't have. If you don't have a $5,000 and up product, go ahead and put me in the chat, because that's where you're going to miss a whole lot of money. I saw some of y'all didn't confirm in the chat that you're capable of a 6-figure launch. As long as you have your products lined up right, you can do it too. Right. See, one thing I want you guys to realize is that some of this stuff is not magic. It's belief and it's strategy. So you have the strategy and then you got the belief to do it. And that's what makes you different. And I'm going to be breaking these numbers down for you on paper during the Fight for Your Money bootcamp. So if you don't already have a ticket, the ticket's in my bio on Instagram. Go to bit.ly/moneyfight21. The tickets are only $20.21. Some of you have been talking about this, been thinking about this, but have yet to buy your ticket. What does that say about your belief, Chiquita?
You don't believe you can do it. You don't believe you can do it. You don't believe the information the coach is going to give you. So
I think it's less about, now here's the thing. And I want to clear this up, because I'm somebody who consistently does 6-figure launches.
Exactly.
Let me clear that up. It's not a fluke for me. I am been consistently doing 6-figure launches for years. Okay? 6-figure launches, 6-figure weekends. I made 6 figures in a day. This new era is not about me or my money. This new era is about showing my clients that they can do it too. That's what's going to be the proof to the world. That's what's going to make all of this different. You understand what I'm saying? So when you say, I'm going to be laser focused, then you can't bring anything else into this situation for 35 days. And then you got to have the right product suite and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is something that is value added to people. People need it. People want it. And you got to go, you get out there and offer it to people. I'm sorry. And you got to be unapologetic about it.
Exactly. But coach, you also need the right coach, because like you said, it has to be a 6-figure coach. That coach has already been having to walk down that same road and made that amount of money and more to show you how to follow it. Follow the yellow brick road. You're going to follow the green brick road.
Launching is a habit for me and my team. We do it so much, it's ridiculous. And that's the habit I want to cultivate with my clients. If you're going to do it, why not do it big? So I'm going to open it up real quick. Are there any questions on Clubhouse? Any questions in the Zoom room? Questions on Facebook? Because I want to talk to you about where you are in your business and what do we need to do to get you to this level. And again, if you haven't already gotten your boot camp ticket, so you can, that's another thing, guys. You got to have time where you do nothing but sit down and plan, plot, and strategize your revenue. Plan, plot, and strategize your next level. Know beyond a shadow of a doubt, these are the next 10 steps that I'm going to make that are going to take me to where I want to be in my business. If you're not already doing that, then that's why you wake up and you feel like you have so many missteps.
Coach, I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
This is Dawn on Clubhouse. And this morning you were talking about how we market our and set our offers up. And one of the things that I really took away from that was that we cannot think about how new we are at building this business or where we're at in the path, you know, in that process. And what I really took away was that it's what we know, our knowledge, how much that is worth. And I thought it might be a good idea if you could elaborate on that again, because that was such a good message.
And that's one of the things that kind of goes into that whole intangible. It's charging your worth. When's the last time you went to a doctor and you ask them, how long you been doing this? When's the last time? Anybody?
I don't think I have ever asked my doctor.
Have you ever asked your doctor, where'd you graduate?
No.
Did you graduate with honors? Was you the top of your class? Did you even go to school, Mr. Doctor? Because sometimes they be on American Agreed, and they ain't even go to school, girl. Some of them doctors ain't even went to college. And you laying up there, letting them operate, cut on you all over the place. They just filing insurance claims. This one man was operating on his people once a month, y'all. And snipping a little this and that off their body. Almost snipped this one man away. And filing millions of dollars of insurance claims. And I don't even think that man had a degree. There are certain things that we do and we assume credibility. We assume a lawyer has credibility. We assume a doctor has credibility. But with us, we're qualified and we still running around looking for the validation. Sometimes the fact that you've just done it so long qualifies you. Sometimes the fact that, baby, you've done it at a job. Oh, so let's take coaching. I'm gonna take MJ for example. MJ, how long you been motivating people? How long you been encouraging people? How long you been speaking life over people? And then to look at me and say, well, I just started. You got people calling your phone from dry places, trying to get a word of water from you. And yet you hollering about you knew. That's not how that works, ladies. That's not how that works. Something within us is encouraging us to hang in the low light. We all stars. Why are we hanging in the low light? Why are we scared to charge somebody for the time and the energy? Why are we afraid to say, this is my price? Take it or leave it. My life is not impacted. So when I do things like create a $20 ticket for people to be able to come, sit, and be saturated with their money, about their money, and people don't take advantage of the opportunity, that's okay. I'm okay with it. I gave them the opportunity. MJ, I'm gonna let you speak on that, love, because I seen that hat tilt and hat did a little something different. When I called your name, it hit different.
Yes, and it's been hitting different. Coach and I had a conversation, and it's true. People do call me from the dry places, and I don't charge. It's not that I just never thought of monetizing it until Coach said, but you're giving them your knowledge, you're giving them your information. I talked to her about two
You're
two
giving
different
them your time.
and my time, two different occurrences. Individuals called and asked me to do something, and off the cuff, I just, all right, hang on, I got it. And for me, it was like, well, how do they know I can do that? They don't even know I can do that. How do they even know? I was laughing with a friend of mine. I said, how do they know I'm a PI? I can find everything out. They said, well, they just know. And to monetize those things, I think it was just, I never knew how to monetize those things until I got into this community and realized that, being a resource is a monetizable thing. I mean, people do it every day. The resources that they have, the knowledge that they charge for it every day. I just wasn't charging.
Baby, a dictionary is a resource that teaches you how to spell words correctly, and they charge for them. Encyclopedias are a resource. They teach you how to go and look up the facts about situations. Why would you, as a resource, be free or cheap? Because you're saving somebody else time, money, frustration, aggravation. Why would you be free or cheap?
Well, that was my old thought. I'm not free or cheap anymore. That was my old thought patterns. I've learned that the knowledge that I know other people want and they will pay for it. If they hadn't come to me, I guarantee they'd have went to somebody else, and that somebody else would have had a price tag on it. So why shouldn't I put a price tag on my stuff?
See, now that's what I had to understand. I had to understand people were going to other coaches getting way less. See, I paying $40,000, $50,000 with no tales of even a 5-figure launch, much less 6. And here I am bending over backwards.
And you know what, Coach? Some of those coaches, you don't even get to talk to them. You talk to their team, and you pay that type of money.
Yeah. Oh, I already know. Baby, I got a whole conversation for y'all on Monday about how I'm about to restructure, because everybody in this world, whether they in the membership, junior mentorship, eventually wants to cross that stage for a 6-figure launch. It takes me time It takes me energy. So I'm gonna have to break up some of the things that I do and do some things differently. So and people got to understand, you either want to see me now making no money, or wait your turn and get carried across that six-figure finish line. So they're gonna have to be patient, but they're gonna have to understand it is what it is, and it's only 1 minute. I can only do so much. And I have so much bomb curriculum as it is that some of the new people need to be going through monetize everything and live stream lifestyle and products promotions and platforms and some of those old iconic courses that set y'all on the course for 4 and 5 figures. They got to go there because they can come here. I realize some of the new people, they can't catch it because it's too much. I'm throwing too much at them too fast, and I'm trying to take them from 0 to 100. So hired somebody, build this bomb portal that we're going to be launching March 1st, which will allow a couple things. Number one, my last 4 years of mentorship will be cataloged, searchable by title, by everything. So you may say, remember that time Coach did that thing on the lead magnet template? Where do you get that from? Y'all will be able to go search all of that. The junior mentees, same thing. Membership, same thing. These thousands and thousands of sold out courses I got, they going in the portal, baby. It's going to be so fly. And so what am I going to teach live now? I'm going to do a power hour every Monday, I think from 6:30 to 7:30, and just talk about your next step launching. That's it. That's it. It's going to allow me to be creative. It's going to allow me to keep working on the strategy, the formula. It's going to allow me to really filter everybody's conversation so everybody gets what they need to get. And, but Tiffany say, I got my shirt on. Can I get in? I didn't really realize what she meant. I said, was the baby naked and got put out? What was going on? So guys, I want to go ahead and open it up for questions. And I want to hear your questions, because if I don't hear your questions, I don't know where you are in the launch cycle. The more I hear from you guys, the more it teaches me what I need to offer as a coach and what you guys need as clients. So I'm going to open it up for questions.
One of the questions I think maybe somebody else is thinking out there, you know, in terms of me, like being that person that answers the phone and they say, let me pick your brain for a minute. How do you
Stop answering the phone? See, y'all know I got ESPN, right? And Troy be like, baby, let people finish the question. I don't have to. I don't do my time like that. That's 8-figure behavior. You get a link. I'm finna put y'all on it. You get you a link. You stop answering the phone. You send them to that link. MJ, you just need to pick your brain link. Y'all didn't hear me, did you? And that's only until we're able to get together and solidify your products and services, and then you send them to your website. Let me tell you something about people who are not going to pay you. They say beggars can't be choosy. But the truth of the matter is people are amazingly resourceful. When you don't answer that phone, they're going to call somebody else until they get somebody that answers that phone and gives them what they need. And if they weren't willing to pay you, then, oh, well, you haven't lost anything. And you've saved yourself some time, energy, anxiety, all of that. Leslie, did you have a comment, question?
I'm sorry, Coach.
So does that make sense what I'm saying, girl? Stop. You don't, who are you to feel obligated to answer the phone every time somebody calls you, or answer the cry every time somebody reaches out to you. That's why I was saying today, why them S's on your chest don't match them dollar signs in your bank account. See, cause Bruce Wayne already rich. Hello? Bruce Wayne don't need to charge nobody for running to the speed of light. Narissa say she dressed and ready. Can I let her in the Zoom room? I don't see her.
Okay, Coach, I have a question because it's going to piggyback off of what you just said to MJ, right? So if you have people, put a link, how are you going to charge them?
What you
Are
mean?
you, when you're talking about, not answering the phone and put a link out there for
You're
them to
gonna
call
give
you?
them a link
Right, you're going to give them a link. So where does the
that they
charge
can
part
go
come in?
to,
Right, and
and
where?
they can send their money in advance.
Well, that's what I was talking about. You didn't put that part in there. You see what I'm saying? You just said put a link.
Y'all know what a link, Shakita. When I say send you a link, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's how you're going to pay me.
Desiree, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know what you mean. Okay.
Okay. Because when I'm talking about a link, I'm talking about collecting revenue.
Right. Yeah. And I remember, Coach, years ago, so you used to say, don't invite me to lunch. Don't invite me to coffee.
I had to stop that.
Yeah. Coach said to stop that.
I stopped that before the pandemic.
Right.
Baby, you won't get me to no lunch and then lay over there and pick my brain and leave me dry and hungry because you ain't bought nothing but a salad and some hot water. And then don't even want to pay for my lunch.
Yeah.
Girl, no. So no.
Right.
And all of that is about knowing your worth and refusing to settle. And let me tell you what else it has to do with, guys. It has to do with understanding what your product means to somebody else, not what it means to you, what it means to somebody else. So Chiquita, your product means retirement for somebody else. Narissa, your product means the ability to either make more money or eventually leave their job. Desiree, your product means they get to get in front of a new clientele. So you have to understand your product means something to them. Katrina, you're helping the new real estate agent alleviate some frustration and be able to sell more houses. So it's not about you, your background, your experience. It's all about your client and what you're helping them do. What problem are you solving for them? Questions, comments?
Coach, I got a comment, what you were saying about your S's don't add up to your bank account. I wanted to just piggyback on that and just talk a little bit about my own personal experience that I've learned this year, not to wear all those S's. Give some of those S's to the experts, and that'll help you make the money that should be in your bank account. Because for me, I sat back so long when you gave us that survey and I found out that I was a perfectionist. I never thought of myself as that. But when I had to look back at myself, it caused me to procrastinate so much because I was trying to make sure everything was perfect and I had to do it myself. I am not doing nothing myself this year except staying in my own lane, and I am paying the expert. I am paying, and I'm not going to be the superwoman in every category. Like you said, it needs to match up. And for it to match up, you got to spend money in order to make that money. So I'm going to pay the people who I know can do it and stop trying to do it all on myself. And
but
focus
there's a
on what I need
caveat to
do.
that too, because Chiquita will tell you there's no amount of money she can spend with me and my team that will replace her getting up off her butt and getting out there all day. If you can't buy that, You ain't got enough money for me to leave my promotional rock and come over and sit and promote with you. You ain't got enough money for that. At some point, not only do you have to spend the revenue, you got to spend the time and the energy. And they got to match up. People want to talk about how much money they've spent. Well, have you spent that much time? Have you spent
Right.
that much energy?
And for me, I know that me spending the money where I should be spending the money gives me that time to do exactly
should.
what you've been telling me to do all the time. Focus on what I should be doing.
It should. It really should. Questions, comments? This is good.
You know, I'm
What-
just, I remember just watching Chiquita while she was doing her lunch, and just the energy each time that she got on live, that she, set everything up. And I knew within myself, like, I know she's exhausted. Like, she's been on 6, 7 times today. But the payoff, though, if we got to look long term, I mean, for 30 days, you're going to hit it hard, hit the pavement running 30 days. And to get that 6-figure lunch, like, I believe I do it. Chiquita, you
Guys,
do
to
it all
be able
over
to make
again, wouldn't you?
more in 35 days than most people make in a year.
Right.
Double what most people make in a year. Quadruple what some people make in a year.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Let me tell you, you'll be a fool to let yourself talk you.
Mhm.
But we do it.
And you know what, Coach? I used to hear you say, like you said, you made 6 figures in one day. When you're in launch mode, you're making thousands of dollars daily.
You are.
Even though you're tired, you're excited about going and doing what you need to do.
That
And
money start rolling in. That money start rolling in. But let me tell y'all something else, everybody that's listening. If you're not out there promoting Super Saturday like it's yours, especially if you're one of my ambassadors, how you gonna do this when it's your turn? You don't go from 0 to 100. Why do you think I make y'all ambassadors? That's practice.
Mhm.
That's learning to get out there and be fearless. That's learning to get out there and get people to say yes. If you can't get people to say yes to a $20 Fight for Your Money boot camp, how many? I want some of y'all to go right now and post on your social media. I want you to post, my wealth coach is hosting a 4-day money boot camp. I have special access to a limited number of tickets for only $1.
Repeat that, Coach. My wealth coach is.
Tell them, MJ.
My wealth coach is hosting a 4-day boot camp. I have access
Don't
to
say 4-day money boot camp.
a 4-day money boot camp. I have access to, did you say 4 tickets?
Unlimited.
Unlimited
We never
tickets.
say a number.
Unlimited tickets.
A limited number of tickets for only $20 each. If you are interested, hurry and let me know below or DM me. Now, when they start to respond, never put the link publicly. Always DM them and then say, I DM'd you. And as many people respond, give them the link. Now, what do we learn about that? If don't nobody respond in the first few minutes, do what with it?
Repost it.
Delete it and
Delete
repost
it
it
and
later.
repost it later.
You might have nobody respond right now, And then now, if you don't have nobody respond after you done posted 2 or 3 times, that means you need to do some serious work on your social media because your social media is dead. Go ahead, Chiquita, what you was gonna say?
You said
Some
it's dead. Yeah, it's dead. You need
Some
some
of y'all don't network. You be right in class with people. I talked to somebody the other day, and I said, well, are you connecting with the people who are in the mentorship with you? They say some of them send me friend requests, but I didn't accept them. Girl, you not Michelle Obama. You not Rihanna or Oprah. You ain't even Patti LaBelle or Tina Turner. Why is you acting like you so limited? People kill me with Facebook. You ain't doing nothing, girl. Girl, you ain't doing nothing that would bear watching. Why you so worried about who see you? You don't even be posting like that. If I didn't know better, I was think, you running out of lies. Y'all know what running out of lies is? I know you don't know because you too Paraherm. You know what running out of lies is, Chiquita?
No, what is it?
Girl, it's getting hard to think of an alibi.
Oh,
If I didn't know better, I would think you was cheating in the next room. Because that's how they act.
okay.
But not knowing every connection is an opportunity to be connected to somebody that, so even if the connection doesn't buy from you, then the connection will buy from you. And that's how you got to look at the number of friends on your Facebook. You can never have too many. Now, negative, or politically driven, then no. But regular people,
I used to think like that. I used to think like that, Coach. I was like, I don't want everybody to know what I'm doing. But look here, in 2020, wait a minute, nothing. In 2021, though, I'm making lots of money, so I don't care who. Send me the free request. Send them on. Everybody coming in.
y'all see what I'm saying? You trying to scream. Girl, you better take them. In my early days, I would just sit up and send random friend requests. If they look, they might be my target, I'm going to send them a friend request. What's it going to hurt? I would send 100 today. If they didn't accept it, I'll go back tomorrow, remove them ones, and send 100 more. What's it going to hurt? While y'all over there trying to be connected to the who's who ain't ever going to buy nothing from you. Hello?
Hello.
It ain't the who's who you need to be connected to. It's the who's not who.
Right.
It's the who's willing to pay you.
Right. And you people got, you want to be famous, but being famous, being broke, I mean, that's the only way that you're talking about being in the who's
You ain't
who.
never got to know my name. All you got to know is put enough D's and W's on that check for the bank to go
Thank
and say,
you.
we know what
Thank
you
you.
You know your name ain't even got to be spelled right for you.
Right.
Right.
Just long as it's
Put
going to the
D's
right
and W's
account.
over there so they know that the intention was Danielle Winningham and the bank is going to cash that check.
Yeah, they got people that's popular and they're not paid.
We got there's
Right,
a whole lot of people. And here's the thing. To them, they're making money because they're making more money than they've made before. But what they don't realize is that with that number of followers or that much clout, they should be making way more. And it's getting the two to align that makes a difference. Are you on the panel this afternoon, Miss Narissa?
Yes, I am.
Could you introduce yourself and tell us what it is that you do, ma'am?
Sure. I am Narissa Malloy. I am a success coach, and I help busy women to start their dream business in no time without overwhelm.
Oh, okay. Without overwhelm. Mm. So tell us about that. Why they be overwhelmed, girl?
Because they're busy with a full-time job, they have kids, they have a husband, running a family, and they can't even fathom successfully putting the time into their business. So I help them to navigate through that through different time management tips and strategies so they can see the possibility and see what it looks like to have a profitable business and a family and work full time and ultimately leave that full-time job so they can create their financial and recreational and time freedom.
So let me ask you a question, Narissa. What have you learned in this coaching program so far? Guys, and if you haven't got your Fight for Your Money boot camp, or if you would like to sponsor two deserving women, go to bit.ly/moneyfight21, buy your ticket, put sponsor in the referral section, and we'll make sure that two women, when they come on here next week, we'll open it up for women who need sponsored tickets.
So what have I learned? Where do I start, Coach? Oh my goodness. First things, when we sat down for our one-to-one and you did that profit plan, just to see how I can create a 7-figure empire off of one program, you know, that was amazing, just the possibilities, because I meet a lot of women that they're busy because they have a nonprofit, they have this business, they're running their husband's business, plus they in school full time and they working. They're so busy, they're not productive. They're not even seeing the fruits of their labor. So they're frustrated and unfulfilled. Why I'm so busy, but I can't, the money's not catching up to them. So just helping me to visualize how I can monetize from one product offered in many different formats at different price points so I can serve a multitude of women and still make 6-7 figures. That just blew my mind right there.
And that's from being over the years, understanding that, and I'm going to take a bathroom break. I'm going to turn over to MJ real quick, but that's from understanding that focus is everything, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That trying to be all over the place and listening to everybody about multiple streams of income. Your multiple streams of income comes from a variety of what you're already doing. It's the same thing in different packaging.
Absolutely. And if you can master that, if you can master your message and what you offer, then you can be able to serve the multitudes from that package without burning yourself out.
Absolutely correct.
And Chiquita is thebomb.com. She done showed us how she did it. So if you can do it, we can all do it.
And that's right. You know what? I'm just the average woman. I'm not advanced, above average. I'm just average. Anybody, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But you got to have a coach that has that wisdom and that knowledge. You cannot do it by yourself. I couldn't have done it by myself.
Right. You got to copy the right cat.
Right, exactly. You got to have a strategy and a method in mind, and that comes from your 7-figure coach.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Your 7-figure coach that's teaching you some tangible things and not just throwing some videos out there saying, hey, watch this, watch this, watch this. Chiquita, just kind of tell us like the hold hand, no, she didn't hold your hand, but like that, we were laughing earlier about, 3:00 in the morning, you getting some messages of what to do. Just some maybe strategy tips of some, like Coach said, some tangible things that are necessary to make that happen.
Well, you definitely got to have the roadmap. You got to know where you're going. What is your target? How much money you're trying to make? How many days you got to do it? And it's a roadmap. It's all things have its place. Like she said, you got to have your emails, your Facebook ads. Everything leads into another. And you got to hire help. You got to hire help. Maybe you are a technology person. Maybe you're good at writing emails, but you don't have time. You want to stay in your lane to be able to get out there and market that product, but then you need to pay somebody to do the emails, pay somebody to set up the links, your landing page. Maybe you can do landing pages, but why take that time and do it when you could be over here doing something else? And that money that you put is going to come back tenfold. So and you're going to have anxiety if you don't have help. And you ladies helped me. My whole community, this whole brand and community helped me. They moderated. They filled in the gaps. So you got to have help.
That's
And
a
that's
good.
good about this community, because everybody volunteered to help me do this launch.
That's a good thing. You know, people think, you know, a 6 or 7 figure launch come from you doing it all by yourself. I mean, it's just impossible. It's impossible. But when you are part of a community, I remember, you know, Chiquita's launch chat. And I mean, we were going at it, you know, just
Right.
stepping up to the plate. And you got to remember, you know, if I help Chiquita, guess what's going to happen when I get ready to launch? She's going to be right there, right there.
Right.
And so that's something to think about, you know. I mean, just saying, people think they can do it on their own. This just doesn't, it's just not something that come by yourself.
It's not.
You know, you can look at Elon Musk. He can say, what's the name of those cars?
Tesla.
I'm telling you, he ain't up there running the Tesla show by himself. He's the face of the show, but
And
he's
probably the brains.
He has a team that is backing him to that 6 and 7 figures, and that's what it takes. And Chiquita said something very pay the people to do. If you're not, you know, I can't send out all 1,000 emails when you need to be on Facebook 6 times in one day. You don't have time to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people that you're paying, guess what? They got one click, and that email gone all over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah, let the experts do the expert things.
So here's the thing. The experts have to do the expert things, but ladies, we have this S on our chest, and sometimes we have to learn to just let it go.
Right.
Allow people to do the work, release that perfectionism, allow them to you know, delegate so they can help you and you stay in your genius zone. And that's where you excel at. That's where you belong, and let other people do it. So we just got to just let it go.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier for myself, you know, letting go and letting the experts do their job and let me focus on what I need to be doing and stop trying to manage everything. Like you said, a landing page, a lot of us could know how to do a landing page or could figure out a landing page, but in what time span? You know, do you want to take a whole 8 hours to figure out a landing page when you could be promoting your product or your launch, and someone else could have that landing page done and shot to you within an hour, you know, however amount of time they're used to doing it, because that's their expertise.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna say my last about that, and that's absolutely right. You know, I found out that having this S, you know, I thought I could do everything, right? And in doing everything, what was going to happen is that you're never perfect on anything. You know, you're tired. You can't function right. So why not? You know, I had to learn that and learn how to let go of a lot of things personally and professionally. Right. And know, even with children, and know that, you know, I just can't do it all by myself. So that was one thing that I made clear, that I was going to move forward. I'm paying for everything. Everything that I don't know, I'm paying for, you know, because it does take a lot of time and effort, which you don't have. And then you have to plan for yourself to be that brilliant person when you do go out here. Oh, you be tired. You know, you're tired by the time you even get started. So with that being said, ladies, I gotta go because I am going to work. So you know what? Everybody have a great one, and I'll see you a little later.
See you, sis.
Hey, I want to tune in on the conversation. Can y'all hear me well?
Go ahead, Tiffany.
Back to what MJ and the queen of real estate was saying. It basically goes back to the biblical principle. We're all going to need help in some form of fashion, but I'm also reminded of Coach Chanel B. Moore. We had can't remember the title of it, but us as women, we have been structuralized to do more and more and more and more. And we often walk around sometimes being more super than the supreme being that's really over us. We have to seek wise counsel, and we have to be humble enough to say, you know, I'm going to sow this seed into somebody that can do it better than me. But we have been so conditioned to think that we can do everything. We can't tote all this weight on our own. I know from my own personal experience that I've tried to be the perfect everything, but all it did was brought added stress. All it did was brought problems and health issues that God never intended for me to carry. So yeah, I was one of those persons, one of those women that tried to do everything, tried to be a perfectionist, but now, listen, I have 5 kids. I have 5 kids, and this stage is difficult, but it's doable. It's getting in the mindset and getting in the right community of women that are like-minded and that are moving, not as just moving all over the place, but as a track record. It's a track record. And also, it's women that can teach you to be the best version of you. So, as Jesus even needed help. He needed help. So there's some things that, you know, we can't carry the load on our own. Sometimes we take that S on our chest and that superpower that we have and we overrate it. We're going to need help, guys. So
one of the things I tell y'all all the time is that you need help to carry this money. I want you to imagine your millions being $1 bills. You can't carry but so many out yourself. And there has to be a distribution of the money that makes sense. As you're making it, you got to be willing to distribute it in order to make more. Right? Your business has to pay for your business. And that's why I've been telling y'all, get in line for those EIDL money, get in line for that PPP money. Get in line for those small business loans. Get in line for those grants. Whatever you can get in line for, get in line for it and make it make sense for you. Because at the end of the day, all of the reasons you coming up with not to get out there and get that money, you're going to be remiss when the time comes and you're going to wish you would have took action when you had an opportunity to take action. Another thing I want to tell you, I was thinking about a minute ago, you know, I do my best thinking in the bathroom. Troy be like, girl, what you be doing there? I can go pee and be gone 30 minutes. I just take off on this thought tangent, right? And then I have to, you know, come back to reality. But the truth of the matter is that the Bible says, do not despise small beginnings. I'm an influencer everywhere. But on Clubhouse, I only have 1,000 followers on Clubhouse. First of all, I had to make a decision. Let me tell you my process. People have been talking to me about Clubhouse since November. I'm always one of those people now that I couldn't take the time to go to Clubhouse creating all of the video content and all the marketing content that I was creating at that time. You have to be deliberate about when you move. Just because something is working for somebody else right now doesn't mean it's going to work for you right now. I've probably filmed 100+ videos in the last 3 months, if not more, because it was days that I was doing 10 or 15. Those videos will last me forever and ever. So understand that it's a time and a place you're not going to get left behind. That's number one. Number two, it's okay to do things when they make sense for you, but make sure in the meantime you're doing things. It never makes sense to sit still. If you're not moving, burning, churning, it doesn't make any sense. Period. And I'm looking for those people, even from a volunteer perspective, that are ready to move and burn and churn. I know Terrell, Marnie, Tiffany, they over there helping Chanel. They blowing it out the box. I need 3 more to come alongside Shanedra and help her. What does that look like? Because that's the only way you learn. Hey, Sharon, good afternoon, love. That's the only way you learn. And everything we do to make this level of money, it's a habit. It is a habit. Filming videos is a habit. Building a team is a habit. Going live is a habit. I be seeing Sharon on a Clubhouse, all times of the days and nights. Let me know if you want to come on the stage just to say anything. But all of that is a habit. And when people give you the opportunity, you have an opportunity to have these free tools. As a matter of fact, I had a dream. That Clubhouse was about to start charging people by how many people was in the room, whatever. Whether it's true or not, they always said the same thing about live stream. They said eventually live stream is going to start charging you. And they didn't start charging you. What they started doing was limiting the algorithms and reducing the number of notifications that they sent to tell people you were live, because you're not going to keep playing on a platform for free. So they said, you want to make money, you got to play the ads game. That's why I play the ads game. I don't have no problem paying you to be on your platform. But with that being said, you got to do things when they make sense for you. But in the meantime, you got to be doing things. So now that I'm coming to the end of filming all these marketing campaigns, I do have time to be on Clubhouse more. I've got my team set up for the year. Everybody is on the way to knowing exactly what they should be doing. Do you see how methodical we've been, Chiquita? What are the volunteers doing? We got to get the affiliate program launched. We got to get the operations team launched. We got to get the project team launched. You got to have all these people working in the background before you can come and dedicate anything to anything, because if not, who's going to help you pick up the money? Does that make sense what I'm saying? So that's why it's so integral that you have a team, because you can't carry all this money by yourself. Not long term. And if that means you go do a 5 or 6 figure launch and then you come back and immediately build you a team, then that's what you do. But to not have the foresight to understand what type of team you need, including wise counsel. When I tell people my rates and they say, oh, that's expensive, I ask them, how long have you been doing this? How much money have you made? How much money have you left on the table because you don't have me? And how much money have you spent unwisely because you don't have my connections? And you're going to come back with a number that far exceeds anything that I could charge you. You got to know your value, guys. It is super, super important. Hey, do me a favor, Chiquita. Let me see. Brenda is in the Fight for Your Money group. She's interested in volunteering. If you could reach out to her, that would be great.
And Coach, I just want to say, as far as the volunteering go, you know, people tend to look at volunteering as something negative. Oh, well, I'm going over there and I'm going to volunteer my time and I ain't getting nothing out of it. But the knowledge you get out of it, the experience, and I can tell you, I consider myself a person who never really used to like to be in the forefront. I'll do stuff in the background, but I don't really want to mingle with people. I don't really want to talk to people. And I never really like to talk to people on the phone. I'm like, when people would say, oh, call me. Why do I need to call you? Email me back. I never want to talk to nobody. And I didn't get it until I worked on your call team. And we were called after that Essence thing, and we were making all those phone calls to people. I got so comfortable doing it. I got to see the turnaround. Sometimes people just want to hear your voice and they know you really do care. You really are interested in what they want to do just by you calling or talking to somebody from your team, reaching out to them and talking to them. Working on that sales team totally put a different perspective in my mind with talking to people. And it was a very positive thing. But those are the things you do. You learning. You're not just giving up your time for nothing. You're learning something. You are definitely learning.
And you're learning things, and the more you learn, the more confidence you get. Because at the end of the day, when have you done a 6-figure launch? When have you done a 5-figure launch? So you got to be behind the scenes, seeing some things, learning some things. That's why internships are so integral. And it makes sense.
It does.
But not only that, where y'all volunteer teams? Hello?
It helps you with learning how to develop that too.
Because I'm sure finna charge Miss MJ with getting into her network and building her volunteer team. This is where the relationships start. And y'all are not doing, I'm not telling y'all to do nothing that I haven't done myself. You see it works like clockwork. You know, the word says forsake thee not the fellowship. You got to have that level of fellowship. You've got to have it. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate you. You got to have it. So what questions you guys have? Any questions? We talked about the tangible things you got to do in order to have a 5 or 6-figure launch. Then we talked about the intangible things you have to do to have a 5 or 6-figure launch. It's great. Making money every day is great. But when you can do a 35-day launch where you're able to, how much you made, Keita? $136,000 in 35. That just changes things. And also, let me tell you the difference too. When you have a launch, it's so methodical. And there's this buzz that you create. And there's this pack mentality that you create. And it's almost like a momentum where everybody sees everybody else signing up. So they got to rush to sign up too. It makes sense.
You know what, Coach? It breaks your mind. It removes the barriers.
It does.
And then you just get totally creative on everything else you can do after this launch that's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, once you realize you can make that level of money, nothing is the same.
Once your
Nothing
mind
is the same.
expands.
And here's the thing too. If you don't, you'll be able to look back at every little step that you thought it was okay to skip, every little thing you thought it was okay not to do, every little thing that you thought it was okay to look over and say, if I'd have just done that. Anthony Robbins says success leaves clues. Narissa, what was you getting ready to say?
I was gonna say, once your mind expands, it can't go back. Piggybacking off what Chiquita said about, you know, when that she's achieved that, now her mind is like, wow, she's not gonna play small anymore because she knows she can do that and beyond now.
And I'm gonna be honest, you might slip, but every time you slip, you're gonna say, doggone it. I know what to do. Why didn't I do what I needed to do? What kept me from going and doing what I needed to do? You might slip, but you'll have those times and you'll be like, yeah, Brenda is on Facebook Live. I think they gave it a link. They did. Shenedra gave it a link. But you may slip. But every now and then you're going to say, you know what? I know where I slipped. Let me go and get back on it. And I'm not going to lie, it is hard. But going to work for them folks is hard too, y'all. And then with this, you eventually get a rhythm where you do get an opportunity for yourself. Man, I've been off from work every day this week by noon, 1 o'clock. Yes, I do start at 4 in the morning. But I remember a time when I was starting at 4 in the morning, would take a nap at 1, be back at 4 and work from 4 to midnight. That time is over with. So me and Mr. Troy went to the aquarium yesterday. And girl, we saw a group of fish. This is off topic. But that thing was turquoise. One was purple and one, you look like big old African men with big old lips. Girl, them fish were so crazy looking, but they were huge. But we got to eat right by the tank. And I tell you, the looking at the fish was better than the fish we ate. But my wish as I sat there was that everybody had that level of freedom. That every day you can go where you want to go, do what you want to do. Because if you don't have that level of freedom in your business, you just exchange one job for another. You just exchange working for somebody else for working for yourself. So there's 2 steps to this. The first step is I'm going to free myself from a job. And the second step is I'm going to build a team so I can free myself from myself and my money still come in. Makes a difference, y'all. It makes a difference. So if you haven't already gotten your ticket for the Fight for Your Money boot camp, the tickets are rolling in ly/moneyfight21. Make sure you grab your ticket. If you would like to sponsor someone, and the way we do it, if you buy one ticket, that sponsors 2 different people, because we do make people have skin in the game. They got to pay at least $10 to be in the room. Go to bit.ly/moneyfight21 and put sponsor in the referral blank. So we'll know to reach out to individuals, because every time we do this, we get people that say they can't afford to come, they can't this, and you guys that pay it forward, I promise you it's going to come back on the water to you. And that's one of the reasons we do this, is because every time you guys ask, you know, how can we pay it forward? How can we get somebody, how can we support somebody else? So I appreciate that. Narissa, Chiquita, Desiree, Marnie, Coach Tiffany, MJ, anything you guys want to say in closing? Desiree, can we talk about something real quick without me putting you on the spot? First of all, did you get my message in the chat? Have you lost weight?
Yes, I have. Oh, I saw that and I was like, what? Who is it? Who said that? And who they said that to? I did see that, Coach.
It say Coach sent you a message in a private chat. It got my name next to it. How you didn't know who it was?
Because you know what? I misread it. I didn't know who it was. So I seen the coach part and I saw the message, but I didn't know who it was for. I just quickly read it at the bottom. I got 2 phones going and a laptop right now.
Okay. I'm gonna let you make it.
But yes, I have.
Can we talk real quick for anybody that's sitting on the fence, not sure if they need to buy their ticket to the Fight for Your Money boot camp or not? Can we talk real quick about the price of procrastination?
You want me to be the example for that? I volunteer.
You know I do. Go follow the knife, Desiree.
That's right. That's why I lost weight. That's the cutaway of me procrastinating. What I lost procrastinating. Yeah. I got several things I can mention on that. First of all, what my eventual launch is going to be is something Coach told me to do 4 or 5 years ago, and I didn't do it. Secondly,
hold on, let's slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't already know, I'm a visionary. You know, through him that powers us all, he gives me visions like real life on where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to be doing, even before the market shows you that. You remember, Chiquita, when we was in Indy and the woman talked about how she wanted to do a grocery delivery service, and I told her, don't do it local, way before Instacart. I gave her the exact model for Instacart way before Instacart. Told her how to start it local and then expand it with very little resources. I told her to use college kids.
Coach, was that in the private profit session?
It was.
I remember that.
I can go back and pull the recording. Told her to go city to city, use these college kids to deliver these groceries. I swear these busy people don't want to go to the grocery store because I know I did it. and she never did it. And 2 or 3 years later, here comes Instacart. Here comes the pandemic that catapulted Instacart and grocery delivery services into the multi-million-dollar realm. I told her that. I told Desiree about her idea long before Kids Master Chef, long before Gordon Ramsay was putting them kids out there cooking, long before any of that. I said, Desiree, people that won't pay for themselves will pay to better their children.
Yeah.
They'll find the money to put little Petey slow cooking class, or we want the
You
most.
said people will pay their last for them kids. People will pay their
We want the
last.
most for our kids. And even me, I know what my kids' strong suits are, and I know what their weak suits are. Okay. And I'm gonna do what I can to shore them up on the weak side. And if that means I gotta find the money for them to do a little something extra, I'm gonna do that. Okay. I told that Desiree literally said I'm gonna call it $1 million. That was the first $1 million. This time last year, I told Desiree, I said, Desiree, the money is on Pinterest. Nobody knows how to use Pinterest. Y'all don't know Pinterest makes more money than Instagram, by the way. In terms of money-making platforms, it is Facebook, Pinterest, then Instagram. And Instagram is way behind Pinterest.
Yeah.
Instagram is more popular, but Instagram don't make more money. In terms of how much every user spends, all them folk over on Pinterest spend their bread, okay?
And if people only knew half of how easy it is and how Pinterest is set up to do it, it's ridiculous.
So this time last year, Desiree, you getting 20, 30,000 views on your pins over on Pinterest. Why you ain't teaching everybody how to do that? I don't know, Coach. I'm not sure, Coach. I don't know, Coach. And then COVID came, and y'all don't know Desiree, a nurse. Desiree had the keys to free her from the hospital long before COVID came. So with that, all that being said, I'm gonna let you talk about the price of procrastination. And when I tell you go get a $20 ticket, because it might save you, what are you waiting for? If I tell you to show up somewhere because it might save you, get on this stage and ask a question because it might save you, what are you waiting for? Stop acting like you too good to learn how to make that next level money. I'm not saying you're not making no money. I'm saying I want to make, me personally, every time I show up, I want to maximize my earnings. So sometimes we got to humble ourselves and say, Coach, teach me how to play. Teach me how to play with these commas and zeros so that I'm not just making $5,000 a month. I'm not just complacent at $10,000 a month. I'm not just sitting still at $20,000 a month. So that I can know what to do to really make 5 or 6 figures during a launch. So Desiree, I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Yeah, and I was thinking earlier too when we were talking and Chiquita was talking about her launch and we were talking about having a coach. And the first thing that came to my mind was not only having a good coach, but listening to that coach. Because over the course of the time, my mind at the time was so stuck on just baking that I couldn't see the peripheral, what I really needed to do to launch myself forward and to prosper past the baking. And I remember, never forget, Coach said to me, and this is when I was working a full-time job, baking full-time, falling asleep behind the wheel every night, coming from that nursing job. And I fell asleep in class one time and Coach told me, log off, we'll make sure you get, you know, the recording and stuff. And before I logged off, her words to me was, Desiree, you can only make so much money baking. You can only put so many cakes at a time in an oven. And it's true, but my mind has stayed so one track because I had been doing that so long that when she told me about the kid camps, I couldn't wrap my mind around it, because I was like, okay, but it don't involve baking, like me per se baking something for somebody. You know, the Pinterest thing last year, I was like, okay, yeah, but it don't really involve me baking. I was so used to doing what I was used to doing, I didn't even realize that I was closing myself and shutting myself off of making more money because I wanted to still do the same stuff. And when you get stuck on doing the same stuff and not making no progress, I mean, I was making progress. I was making more money. The prices of the cakes was going up, but it was pennies on the dollar of what I really could have been making and what I could really still be making had I said, okay, let me listen and do something different. And I'm gonna tell you something now about procrastination. What procrastination has cost me. Me and Coach had a conversation about when we put stuff on paper back last year at that conference, the money configuration was totally different. Procrastination is costing me double to do what I should have done last year at a fraction of the cost. But that was me dragging my feet, hemming and hawing, and now it has boiled down to a pandemic and a vaccine that I ain't getting. So now it's do this, or what's the other option?
And that's what women do. We wait until the chips are down. We wait until we've painted ourselves into a corner. We're waiting till we don't have any other options. We don't move when we have all this ancillary money. We don't move when we have extra. We wait until the bottom falls out, and then we say, now what? And everything has already been given to you. What is taking you so long to move? But I'm going to tell you what it is. It's that old ye of little faith. You can't see what I see, which is why I'm doing my launches different in this season. I'm going to be there every day to smack you in the head and hit you in the eye and say, come on, because you'll go sit to yourself and ruminate, right? That is a word, look it up. You'll stew over it. You'll become pensive, okay? And you will talk yourself out of every dollar that I said help you put on that paper. And we just can't do that in this season. So why do you need help? Because you got to have that help to help you cross that finish line of the money that you're leaving on the table by trying to do this by yourself. And then I ask people, do you have a coach? Oh yeah, I have a coach. Baby, if they're not helping you make no money, please stop. Please just stop. And that's the true story. Because I don't care how cute your brand is, if it's a broke brand. I don't care how many people you got on your list if you're not making money. I don't care all the things you think somebody's supposed to be helping you with as it relates to building a brand, all really boils down to, are they helping you create a profitable business? And if they're not helping you create a profitable business, everything you're doing is a moot point. Your business has two reasons to exist, and to exist only. Number one, to serve the people you were created to serve. And number two, to serve you with the earnings. That's it, and that's all. I've seen people with ugly websites make a lot of money. Somebody showed me their website yesterday, Coach. I want to show you my website. I said, sure. They showed me their website and got error product or error service on it. It's super cute. It's cute. The colors match. They picture all professional, but you don't have a way to make money on this website. So help me understand how this website is going to serve you or serve the people looking for you. If you don't know what you're doing, get help. Because all the time that you don't have help, you are leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. Narissa, I'm going to open it up for questions on Clubhouse, but I want you to expound on what coachable means, because we realized this morning that not everybody always, you have to be coachable, but not everybody realizes what being coachable means. Guys on Clubhouse, do we have any questions, comments? Anybody want to ask the question about your six-figure launch in particular? Make sure you raise your hand and come to the stage. And listen, I want to just make this clear. Six-figure launches is what I do. It's not something I talk about in theory or conjecture or that I'm guessing.
What happened?
Okay, go ahead, Narissa. I think she froze a little bit. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so being coachable means that you're open to receive feedback, that you're open to learning and growing. You can't come in like you know it all, because, and most times, for example, I'm a registered nurse and a nurse leader. So I've been a nurse for 17 years. So that's my expertise. But when I'm stepping into business, I can't step into business like I'm already an expert. I have to start from scratch, just like I'm getting my nursing degree and I'm in school all over again. So I have to humble myself and be a student and start learning all over again business. So that's what being coachable is realizing that, you know what, I'm going to put my ego to the side and I'm going to learn from this coach who's going to show me how to be the expert now in this arena. So you have to be coachable. You have to be willing to trust your coach, because if you're going to invest your money in a coach, you should trust that coach. You should trust that they have your best interest and that they're leading you in the right direction. And once you start to have doubts about that, then you need to have an honest conversation with your coach to say, you know what, I have some concerns. Let's discuss it. Because again, you're spending your money and you want a return on your investment. So that's what being coachable ultimately is: trusting your coach, relying on that expertise, knowing that they have their best interest for you, and getting rid of that ego and becoming a student all over again so that you can be successful in this new venture.
And you know, Narissa, you're right. You got to be able to listen. Stop talking so much.
Oh, yes.
And listen to your coach. A coach is a visionary. They see your greatness. And a lot of other people see your greatness, but they never tell you. But a coach will see it. And she knows what you're capable of. And so if you just stop talking and listen and you know, follow what they tell you to do, it works. It works when you got the right coach.
Right. And being coachable
Definitely
also means taking action.
Exactly, Melissa. Taking action.
Gotta take the action.
I've heard Coach tell so many other people other things, you know, like Desiree, you know, in the past years of ways they could have made millions. And sometimes you got to break them. Sometimes people got to cry first.
Yeah.
Sometimes they got to have that breakthrough.
Yeah. You got to be broken before you get blessed.
Right. I've seen a lot of breakthroughs with Coach and her coaching. And so that's why I knew that everything she told me would work. She stayed on me. She'll call me and say, what's the tea over? What you doing over? It'd be 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, anytime when Coach called.
Chiquita, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
So Dorothy had a question, and I'm gonna let you guys respond to her too, because she asked, how do you choose the right coach for you? And I said the bottom line is understanding what it is that you need in this season and how that coach expertise lines up with what you need.
Right.
And you got to be crystal clear on what it is you need. And I find that a lot of people will say things like, I want to rebrand. Well, do you want to rebrand or do you want to make more money? I need help with marketing. Do you need help with marketing or do you want to make more money? Because it's not your job to figure out what you need. If you want to make more money, you get a coach who's bottom line focused, and they will tell you what it is that you need to do to close the gap in your earnings. That's their job. What I all the time, figuring out the way is not, that's not your job, right? I'm going to look at you. I'm going to assess your strengths. I'm going to assess where you are now. I'm going to get a piece of the vision. What are you looking to do? Are you looking to expand? Are you looking to retire? Are you looking to leave your job? All of those have different methodologies for the approach that we're going to use. So it has to be about you, but it also has to be very bottom line focused. What kind of business do you have right now?
Right now, I'm a health insurance sales consultant, and I wish to help my mother grow her business because she has a spice business. It's a very good spice, but she doesn't know how to go about it. So I'm trying to navigate that for her, trying to learn what to do for her and possibly get her a coach. And I invited her to Clubhouse, but she hasn't even, come on board yet. So that's where we're at. So my focus right now is to truly help her grow her business and to make money from it because it's a great product. She's in her 70s and that's been her dream. And she kind of slowed down because of COVID, but I believe she does need, some coaching.
She doesn't, and I'm going to tell you this, you can take it or leave it. I'm very straightforward. I don't mince words. She don't need coaching, mama. She need a team that's going to do it for her. Listen to what I'm saying. In the digital marketing marketplace, you either master it yourself or you hire somebody. At 70 years old, I don't see no tea, no shade. I'm just talking about my mama because she would be 70 right now. I can't even see trying to teach that girl how to post on Facebook or tweet or go live or any of that. Your mom needs a marketing campaign. Because even the best product in the world is no good if nobody knows about it. We also need to look to diversify her product shelf. In addition to these spices, what else is it that we can create that will help her with the bottom line? You also need somebody to go in and say, look, these are the things we're going to do step by step with this marketing campaign to make it easy for her because you don't want to burden her with a business. I'll tell you what I told my client, Chiquita, probably about a year, maybe 2 years ago. I said, Chiquita, we need to talk about your retirement. She's like, Coach, I don't want to retire. I love what I do. I don't want to retire. I said, well, Chiquita, eventually we're all going to retire. If I don't keep you forward thinking and we don't start building in some fail safes now, when you get to that point where it's retirement season, you won't be ready. So whatever we build for your mom has to be something that she can manage. That's very turnkey, because if not, guess who's gonna end up running it?
Me.
I'm glad you know. It ain't gonna be nothing you can say because she gonna pull that mama card. She gonna say, daughter. I'm just telling you what my mama would do.
Yes, understood. So now when you coach your people, obviously they don't have to be in the same vicinity that you're at because I was first introduced to you this week. I think it was a morning meeting, and you were saying you had these young ladies, and these young ladies, one of them said, oh, you really helped me this week. And then she was kind of down on herself. And you told her, you're being too hard on yourself. We're here for you. So are you guys together physically, or, is this something that can be accomplished?
Chiquita, you can answer that. Narissa, you can answer that.
No, today we're from the north, south, east, and west coast. We're from everywhere.
We use the power of social media and live stream to get together and to build and to network and to pour into other people. So, yeah.
And we've been doing this pre-pandemic. I've known Chiquita going on 5 years now. She's been my client. We've been doing this for a long time. So we have mastered the art. Desiree, 5 years or better. We've mastered the art of community in absentia.
Okay.
So no, we from all over.
That's the truth, Coach. I just wanted to say something too to Dorothy. When I first met Coach, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't think I even needed a coach. That was how, crazy I was at the time. But then when I met her, I was like, who is this lady? I had to get on a plane and go to Texas where they were just to meet her because I was that curious and interested in what she had to say. It was an eye-opener because I didn't know this kind of world existed where, you people train you and help. There's the sisterhood that we have in the community is unlike no other I have been involved in. And we're in the same business pretty much, Dorothy, but Coach has shown me a whole different way to create, and I'll be launching soon. And she just showed me a whole different way. And I'm in California.
Oh, wow. So currently I'm in Florida, so I'm looking to relocate to Arizona very, very soon. So let me go ahead and follow you before I lose you as well. I'm going to follow all of you ladies so I know. Oh, look at that. Yeah, health is interesting. Okay, so we definitely have to chat. How do I pronounce your name? Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. Beautiful. And Miss Leslie, follow her too. And Miss Dawn. Okay.
And FYI, Dorothy, we knew the clubhouse too.
Oh, yes?
Let me tell you, on most of my platforms, I have 20, 30,000 followers. I got 1,000 followers on Clubhouse. So I got some work to do.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I'm definitely new to Clubhouse.
Interesting. Okay. Very good. Definitely. Wealth speaker. I love it.
So did that answer your question, Dorothy?
Yes, it definitely did. And that makes perfect sense. And that's true. She does need somebody else to do the work. Absolutely. Because I'm thinking, how am I going to do all of this for her? But I love the energy and looking forward to definitely get connected and get some coaching.
Absolutely. And make sure you get her a ticket to the Fight for Your Money bootcamp. There's so many ways we can help your mom. And you know, for the people that know me, you know, I got about 1,000 ideas already. Things that she can do that can really help her get that Spice brand popping and not put it in your lap.
Fight for Your Money bootcamp?
Yep. If you look at my Instagram, it's in my bio. It's bit.ly/moneyfight21. It is, somebody give me the dates again, because somebody just asked me. I know I got so many numbers in my head.
February 9th
February.
through the 12th.
February 9th through the 12th.
Perfect. Yes. Okay.
Tickets are only $20.21. So absolutely grab a ticket for yourself and your mom.
I certainly will.
And tell her I said, and you guys know Miss Verlin, right? And so I'm always talking to people about knowing their worth and charging their worth. And one of my clients' mom, they tend to have me on loudspeaker and this and that. And so Miss Verlin's mom one day said, you know what, daughter? And this was years ago. She said, these people always calling over here to get me to cook and make this potato salad. My potato salad is no longer free. And to this day, she charges for that potato salad.
Okay.
So just so you guys understand that charging your worth, it's for everybody.
Yes.
It's for everybody. And the internet makes it possible. It doesn't matter what your situation is, 8 years old to 80. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Beautiful. I'm excited.
I am too.
I love the energy. I'm so excited.
Not a problem. Thank you, Miss Dorothy. I look forward to meeting your mom.
Absolutely. We look forward to meeting you as well. Have a beautiful afternoon.
You as well. Guys, questions, Facebook questions before we close out this afternoon. So at 9 o'clock tonight, make sure you're joining us on Zoom, because I'm going to be putting the money on paper. And I want you guys to be able to see what this revenue looks like, and that you don't need as many clients as you think you need for a 6-figure launch. You just need the right strategy. And I think a lot of you may be surprised with what I show you. So if you haven't registered to get the Zoom link, go to bit.ly/supermoney21, register to get that Zoom link. We're going to all be on board, showing you how to manifest these millions on paper. It's more to it than just running around saying a bunch of affirmations. You got to put your pens on papers and your papers on papers.
And 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
Very good, Narissa. Absolutely. 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Questions, comments? I want to thank
Just
you all.
don't miss
Thank you,
out.
Narissa. Thank you, Marnie. Tiffany, thank you. Chiquita, thank you for telling us your story. Desiree, thank you for laying on the cross for us. It's not always easy. And I do that not to embarrass you. I do that, number one, to remind you that God has something for you that's far beyond your own vision. He gives you an umbrella long before it starts to rain. But you got to be obedient. And me as a leader, when he first started giving us the vision of getting our business credit right, that was before the pandemic. I don't know where it came from. I'm not this big credit buff, but I said, y'all, something spoke in my spirit. It said, we need to prepare. And that was one of the criteria for some of that money, is that you had to have a certain credit score. And if you didn't have it, it made it harder for you to get it. So in my obedience, I told my people, come on. And we have to make sure that when your leader says, come on, you don't drag your feet or ask, and it's okay. It's okay to question. I'm not saying don't question me, but ask the question as you move your feet. Be already in motion, knowing I'm not going to lead you nowhere that ain't money oriented. I'm not. And some of y'all been with me long enough to know that.
Mhm.
Some of y'all are new. I might get the hesitation, but if you've been here more than a minute, you know that when you rock with me, you're going to always make your money back and then some. As long as you're obedient. So that was one thing. And then long before the pandemic, we had our pantries right. We had our toilet paper and paper towels right. Long before they start mobbing these stores and the stores, we had freezers.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons. Oh, can I tell y'all a quick story? So all of you guys know my story about what I'm giving up in this season. And the thing that I'm giving up in this season is curse words, right?
Right.
Which the thing that I've given up. Let me go ahead and speak in the past tense because I've already done it. So I was on the phone yesterday with a VIP client, and and she's been a VIP client for a while. So I've known her and she's known me for years. And I told her about, this is what I'm doing in this season. And she laughed. She's like, are you going to be able to do that? I said, girl, not only am I going to be able to do it, been doing it, have y'all peep game. Because if you know me, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. Otherwise, I'm not even going to bother talking about it. So she said, well, girl, good luck. I don't know about that. She said, I might try. She said, I know when I'm in professional circles, I don't do it. So why would I do it when I'm comfortable? I said that part exactly. So she said, girl, she texted me today. We just had this conversation less than 24 hours ago. She texted me today and say, somebody sent her a text that said, happy Save Saturday, everyone. It's a great day to be alive as we continue to bless the name of the Lord Jesus. In the book of James, chapter 3, 1-10, my brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation, for in the many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and also able to bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth, that they may obey us. We turn about their whole body. Behold, also ships, which though they may be great, are driven off fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small hem, whithersoever the governor listens. Even so the tongue is a little member, and boaster of great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindled. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defiles the whole body, set on fire, the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beast and of birds and of serpents and of things in the sea is tamed and have tamed of mankind, but the tongue can no man tame. It is unruly, evil, and full of deadly poison. Therefore we bless God, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of God. Out of the same mouth proceeds blessings and cursings. My brethren, these things ought not so be. Let us bless the Lord Jesus at all times, and his praises continually be in our mouth. Peace be with you, all that are in Christ Jesus. And the lesson is, we always have to be careful of the words that come from our mind that proceed out of our mouth. Amen. So when I said, okay, I'm going to clean up my speech, what did that mean? That means I can't ask for God with blessings with the same mouth, even when if I'm not cursing anybody out, even if I'm saying it, it's fun, it's funny, it's still blasphemous. Let's think about it. So I told her that. So this is about obedience, y'all. So I told her that. Now, when the shepherd tells the sheep, this is what I'm doing, then the sheep are remiss if they don't do the same thing. But I can't make the sheep listen. I can only say a wolf is nigh. And you can choose to stay over there with the wolf or come over here with me. And I can bet every time you choose to stay with that wolf, you're going to get bit. I told her that. Less than 24 hours later, she got her confirmation. Yes, everybody has to follow their course, but we have leaders for a reason. And we're in the middle of the greatest wealth transfer known in the history of man. Our children will be blessed. Our parents will be blessed. Our aunts and uncles will be blessed. This ain't a time to blaspheme and do anything else that we know is not lined up in accordance to the word. I want all mine. And I want you to get all yours. Love you guys, and we'll see you tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Bye.
All right, sisters. Bye.
Thank you guys.
Hey, everyone.